young anymore. Must be careful, no? Can you keep up with me? Can you keep up with me? Okay, so welcome back to the Modern Midlifers, and today my master over here. What are these?
Okay, so this camera was made in the 70s. This is a bit more modern. It was made in the 90s. These cameras, they're actually instant film cameras, but they are folding cameras. So actually they fold into a very compact shape. So
How do you do that?
So if you notice on the left-hand side of the camera, there's actually this bar that keeps it upright.
Okay.
To close it, you just press it in this way, okay? Then once you press it in, it'll just compact. Yeah. So today we're gonna teach you how to use one of these cameras.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna show you how you're gonna load a film. Okay. How you know which film to use as well. Okay. Then later we'll go shoot some photos. Then we'll come back here and see how much of photography you learned.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay.
The easiest way to see what film the camera uses is just to open the film door.
Yep.
So the way to open a film door on this camera is there's a yellow button here. Once you press it, the film door just swings down. So you press it down, and it swings down, okay? Then when you look inside, it will actually have a label. So if you look at that label, it will say 600, okay? So today we're gonna actually be using 600 film here. This is a special type of film. It doesn't have your square borders. It's actually, it has a round border. Round border is actually quite nice to frame things in. It's actually very good for portraits.
And these are all for, aesthetics purposes.
Yeah, it's aesthetics.
Are they like specifically used for certain kind of?
No. So most instant film photographers, they're hobbies. If you're using it for specific industries, then probably you're using digital medium at this point in time, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. So let's load a pack in. Okay. So I keep my film refrigerated. So because I do that, you have to thaw the film. You're not actually thawing the film, but actually you just let it warm up to room temperature. The reason being is that if you open it straight away, condensation will form between the layers of the film, and then your camera can't eject the film out properly.
Right.
Okay. This pack has already thawed up in the room temperature for about an hour. So let's open it. You can just open it as and
Just
how you want. Yeah. So I open it like a savage. One of my friends always complains because he collects the boxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some boxes are like special edition films.
Yeah.
Some people collect them. You know.
You can be gentle with them and then sell it to your friend. Okay.
Yeah. So it comes in this tin foil. This is just to protect it from the humidity, temperature, and all that. It prevents the film from drying out as well. So you can open this as you like, but just be careful not to press this part because it's where the image forming area of the film is. Okay. So you just open it up. Okay.
Very clearly not. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay. So the Polaroid company actually releases special dark slides, sorry. These are dark slides that cover the first film, okay? They're all different. Yeah, correct.
Yep.
So some people, they collect these as well because each of them say a different thing, you know? So if you look at it, you know, yeah.
Wherever you aim, no two pictures are the same. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess that's the beauty of analog, you know. It's a bit hard to recreate the same shots because the chemistry, even though it's the same, it's really dependent on ambient temperature and stuff like that, okay? What you'll notice with this film pack, it has 2 batteries at the bottom.
Okay. So these are batteries.
Yeah, these are batteries. So actually all these vintage cameras, they don't require an external battery supply. It's all provided by this film pack.
Okay.
Yeah. So they kind of made it foolproof. Every time you buy a pack of film, you'll get a fresh pair of batteries, and that will ensure that your film works and your camera works well.
That is very thoughtful of them, man.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it's not really environmentally green. Okay.
Yep.
You'll also notice this tab here. Okay. Do not tear it off. Okay. Because you'll use this later to...
Do not tear it off.
Do not tear it off.
Okay.
Because you'll use it to pull out the cartridge from the camera.
So without this, it's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Okay. So I'm gonna load first, then maybe you can follow afterwards. Okay.
Okay.
So to open the camera, I believe I taught you already. So you just press the yellow button. The door will swing open.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the top of the pack. Okay. Make sure it's facing up. Okay. The batteries are always facing down. Then you just insert this part in. Just make sure the tab faces outward.
Okay.
Okay. Then you just press it all the way in. Once it's in, the only way to remove it is by using this tab. So that's why I told you not to tear it off. Okay. So I'm gonna push it all the way in. Once it's in and I close the door, the camera will automatically eject the dark slide.
Whoa!
Okay, then we should be ready to shoot our
So this is
first
a
film.
part that some people would collect as well.
Yeah, so some people collect this. So actually, I do have a collection. Maybe later I'll show you. Yeah,
okay,
it's a lot. Okay.
But anyway, it says here to insert film this side up as well, so there's no way of getting it wrong, yeah?
You'll be surprised by the comments you see online.
You'd be surprised I may get it wrong as well.
When you make something foolproof, God invents a better fool sometime.
Okay, that's true. I hope I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one goes in, yeah?
Yep, perfect.
Okay.
So just make sure you slide it all the way in. You'll feel quite a bit of
Wait,
resistance.
okay, this way.
Correct. So you actually notice, if you look carefully, this tab just opens up slightly. There's a small tab here. It was upright just now. Okay, so you did it right.
Okay.
So some people, when they close, they feel like it's not closing. That's because they didn't push it in all the way.
So you just have to pull it out first.
You don't have to pull it out. Just make sure you push it in. Then when close it, and boom.
Whoa!
Okay.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah. So maybe you can keep that.
Okay.
I guess we will head out now, and then we will take some photos.
To begin, why are you wearing hat? There's not much of sun right now.
It's the photog attire,
true,
black hat.
Yep.
You're just not wearing dark lah.
Okay, anyway, master, okay, so we are here, okay, at this level. We will now start off with, before that, you need to go through with me some theories.
Okay,
right?
so photography shouldn't be too complicated, I feel, okay? So Polaroid, much like Apple, has made things quite foolproof. I think you know how to open the camera, okay? So I'll just open my camera. You can open yours as well if you remember. Okay, so hold it at the spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Then just make sure the bar goes up, right? Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So this camera is quite simple to use. Okay. You only have your shutter button. Okay. The red button there.
Yep.
Okay. And then you just have exposure compensation. So those who are not familiar with photography, exposure compensation just means how darker or lighter you want your photo. Just like your iPhone, or your any phone actually. You can dictate how dark or light you want. So taking a photo, I think there's the technical aspect, so you don't have to worry about the technical aspects with this camera here. So just focus on more of the aesthetic or the compositional aspects. Just focus on composing. Just because once you shoot it, you can't change it. That's the thing about film photography.
That's the tough part and also the beautiful part of Okay.
But sometimes it makes happy accidents. You get something that's very nice that you did not expect, and those are the photos you really tend to like.
Right.
So just focus on the composition, okay, and just focus on nailing the focus. Everything else you can actually change. You can actually crop the image and all that. Okay. But just focus on the composition and then the focus point. Okay. Once the film is ejected, it's usually very sensitive to light as well.
Okay.
So because the chemistry is still ongoing, the first 10 to 15 minutes, just keep it hidden away from light. If you have a pocket, you can put it in your pocket. If you have a bag, you can put it in your bag.
But if I were to put it in a pocket, would the rubbing with the fabric, is it going to cause any problems?
It won't cause much problems.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. But there are creative techniques where people use like blunt objects on a developing film to create artistic works. Okay, so maybe you can put up an image here of someone who's done something similar, Yeah, but let's not worry about that today, okay? Let's focus on making photos, okay? Don't worry, I'm sure you'll do well, okay? Let's try to get some portraits. We try to take maybe 3 or 4 shots.
Okay.
Then we will maybe do a quick review, and then we'll take the remaining shots, and then we'll go back and see how much you learn. Okay.
But before we start, I just want to say thank you for giving me this strap. It gives me so much peace of mind right now.
Okay. I'm happy to. Yeah.
Shall we then?
Okay, let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay, yeah. So our first assignment.
Okay, we're gonna take a photo of Ian here.
Okay.
So the first thing is composition. Okay, composition is usually dictated by your 2 feet. Okay, how far or close you are will determine how much of the frame we're gonna capture.
Okay. Yep.
So do you wanna do it so close, or do you wanna go a bit further, capture this part here?
Okay. Let me look through first.
Okay. Okay, no need to just look here. Just 2 things. Just look here and press here. Yeah.
Okay, the viewfinder here.
Yeah, correct.
Can we please delete this part? And can we really delete this part this time round, please? Viewfinder. Okay.
You can go first. You wanna go first?
Please.
So I think for this part, right, the camera will miss focus slightly because it will tend to focus on the So I'm just gonna move it a little bit, and then 3, 2, 1.
It will focus on the camera,
because the sound will hit the camera
okay,
first,
okay.
and then it will bounce back.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So if Ian holds the camera lower, it will work as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In.
Yeah.
To the pocket.
Yeah. So some people, they actually will take pictures of others and just hand it to them as well.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a social element to it as well. There's a famous guy in New York. He will take like instant film photos. He will come to you and ask you whether he can take your photo, and then he'll just pass you back the photo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but he's not like on any social media.
Okay.
So you can only like meet him if you go to like photo events or he's there. You know. Yeah.
It's all by fate, yeah.
Okay. Maybe we can try taking a photo of these flowers as
Yeah?
well. Let's just maybe wait for the wind to reduce a bit, because the light is a bit low now. So
I tell you what,
you might capture motion blur.
I will do it with the wind.
Okay. Okay, so you should be about 30 cm. 30 cm is about your forearm's length.
Okay, somewhere there. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, there's no more wind.
Yeah.
Okay. I realized something. Apart from the camera, I need to learn the posture as well.
The Chinese, the Asian squat.
Yeah, the Asian squat. Yeah. Okay,
Let's split the pants. So I would consider this mixed lighting because it's very bright, whereas the subject that we're going to take is a bit darker.
Okay.
So this might fool the light meter on a camera like this. It might even actually fool your iPhone or Android cameras.
Okay.
So in this case, we're going to use exposure compensation.
Okay.
The problem with these cameras is there's a lot of trial and error. So maybe let's switch it slightly to brighten, because we want to capture more of the flats themselves.
Which is the white part,
Yeah, so if more of the white is showing, that means it's going to be brighter.
Okay.
So if you're ready, you can frame it how you want it, and then let's take it. Okay? I think we shouldn't think too much.
I was so afraid of it coming out and then dropping.
So actually, it's made with a certain resistance, so it always stays on the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a funny thing about these cameras or smart thing is, if let's say you've accidentally put your exposure compensation to the far end and you close the camera and then you open it, it resets.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's like a mechanical method by which it resets on the inside. Yeah.
It is very thoughtful.
Yeah. So, but maybe you want to just reset yours so that the next photo, you can just you can either turn it back or you can close and open. As
I thought I wanted to try to close it and then I.
Okay, do it lah. Why don't you do it? Then you press. Yeah.
See, wow, I'm getting a hang of it.
Becoming an expert.
What? Don't play. Huh?
Hire him for your weddings. I think the block looks quite nice here.
Yeah.
From this angle.
Do people like do this?
You can, but your image will be sideways.
Okay, let's try.
And also, it's a square image, so it
Yeah.
kind of makes little sense. But you can.
Just
delete this.
Delete
this,
that part,
guys.
Okay.
Oh, there's a bird. Cool.
Did I?
I don't know. Later we'll see.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're reviewing our first two shots, right?
Okay.
Yep.
So I think you did a better job than I did. Okay. So I think you're learning this way too fast.
Oh.
But it's good. It's good. You surpassed the master.
Okay.
So maybe I'll just critique it or tell what you did right. So let's look at the first shot that we took, which was these two here. So the problem was it's actually we are taking it in quite low light. So I should have waited for the wind to stop. So that's a big mistake I did. That's why you have this motion blur and it makes the whole image look very blurry. The photos look a bit overexposed, but that I think would be more of a problem with the camera. than
Yeah, this
us.
was almost like 5-10 minutes apart.
Yeah. So
true.
the lighting would have, it's just going to continue to get a bit darker, you know?
Yeah.
But when we look at Ian's shots, I think you nailed the composition, okay?
Ooh.
You centered him very nicely, you framed him up nicely. I think Ian was a good model also. He didn't flinch or move, because you took quite a while to take a photo of him. But I think you did great, okay? Honestly speaking, yeah. So I think this is the beauty of instant photos. You don't have to worry so much about the technical aspects. And I guess it's a very good first step. Yeah, so why don't we continue shooting the rest of the pack, then we see what we get at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Taking a knee for you. Okay, hold on. Where do I go? Okay, here.
This is why the model has to wait very long each time.
Okay.
I don't think my smile on this.
I can feel your smile.
My smile also, every time you tick, I like. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So fast.
Nice. Yeah. That's how it's done.
That's how it's supposed to be.
But you're
done.
better than me, lah.
Okay.
Okay lah, never mind. I'll go for this one. So I'm just gonna brighten. I'm not gonna brighten this because my camera has been overexposing. So let's try like that. Okay. So I'll cover it up straight away.
It's like the room is out and you can't tell how it is. You have to like hide it first. Then it builds the suspense.
I guess it builds the suspense and it prevents you from focusing so much on the photo. You know, so often at times you look at the photo, then you're not happy, then you retake the photo and you retake a photo. In this instance, you just take the photo and then you move on.
Right.
Yeah, so you kind of enjoy the moment a little bit more.
You get to really focus on the process itself.
Yeah, you're a bit more like a participant now compared to an observer.
Right. Interesting. Hey, no. Okay.
Or maybe we can take the...
Maybe I try the water droplets.
Oh yeah. Just make sure you're about 30 cm away. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a word of advice. You don't have to like click. You can just half press.
Yeah.
Then if you want, you can just move in and out.
All right.
Yeah. Then you see how it goes into focus.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's see.
I like the sound of it.
Yeah. But sometimes it sounds like it's dying a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's either blur. Hey, should have told me.
I decided to take a
I need
photo
to suck
of
in
the
my belly.
Oh, so with that last sound, does it mean that we have expanded all films? Okay.
So actually, maybe we can practice taking out the empty cartridge here.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you remember how to open the camera?
Here.
Yes.
The yellow button.
So we'll press on the yellow button.
Okay.
Okay. So you remember the tab we left behind? Yeah.
Yep.
So you can just hold onto the tab and you'll pull it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you just pull it out.
Just yank it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So actually there's a battery inside. You can actually dismantle it. The metal you can recycle, the plastic you can recycle, then the battery you just dispose correctly.
Oh,
yeah, if you want to be a bit more green. Because actually analog mediums aren't really sustainable. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we can head back in. Then we will review the photos that we took today and see which ones we like. So this is my first attempt that was a fail. And I think CJ did such a good job with his. Yeah. So you can see CJ's positive demonstration. Okay, I heard he's very competitive. So gotta give it to him. But honestly, his photo is much better than mine. Because mine was, there was too much motion blur. Yeah, because we're shooting it in low light. It's turning dark right now.
Yeah.
And I should have waited for the wind to stop before actually pressing the shutter button. But I guess that's the beauty of instant films.
Yep.
It's what you see, what you get, you know? There's no running away from it. You can't, if you fail to take a good photo, you remember I told you, if you fail to nail focus, there's no changing it, you know? If you screw up the composition, there's no changing it, you know? So that's that's kind of like the beauty. It kind of forces you to learn photography by mistakes, which can be costly lah, you know? Yeah, okay. So maybe let's share the second photo. We took a portrait of Ian, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think you did a great job with that as well. So my camera tends to overexpose a little bit. So I'm not really happy with it. But I think framing-wise, both of us, we did a great job. Focus-wise, we both did a great job focusing on Ian's face. We weren't like too preoccupied by focusing on the camera itself, you know? Yeah, so I think this one you did a great job as well.
Thank you.
So I can see, I think you can nail the artistic element in photography. So maybe for the next show or video, you can actually learn the technical aspects and become a more rounded photographer. Yeah, okay?
Really stroking my ego here.
Then the second photo is of the flower. So actually, I think this is up to interpretation. Some people like this brighter, softer look. Okay, some people like the contrast. If you ask me, I like your photo better. Okay, because I like darker colors. But some people, they do love bright images. So like you go on Instagram, some people, they tailor their entire theme. It's either like desaturated, very bright, very soft, you know. Yeah, so this is up to, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
There was a period of time when I tried to play around with the saturation, lower the saturation. On my Instagram as well. Okay.
Yeah. So I would say there's no right or wrong. Some would like this, some would like that.
It's really up to the individual.
Correct. Okay. Then I think the second photo we took was an architectural landscape. This one was with the mixed lighting. Okay. So I like your composition actually.
Thank you.
So I think you did a great job. Yeah. So it looks a little bit overexposed, but if you look around the frame, it's not. So I suspect it's because we shot into the light. So this is probably a flare. You know, there's a flare in the center of the image. If you look at my image, also the corners seem dark and the center seems a lot brighter. So I think it's just a flare.
So which one is CJ's one?
CJ's one is the one on the left. Yeah, I think it's a bit more balanced actually, compositionally speaking. There's items on the left and right. I was actually trying to capture a bit of the orange sky, but it didn't really come out well. Yeah, so I kind of failed in that part. But I think otherwise, exposure-wise, CJ's, you did a great job, and the composition also turned out pretty okay on this. Yeah.
To be truthful, whatever you just said, none of that matched. I'm just gonna take this again.
But I do believe you looked at it through the lens, and it looked like a nice shot.
It felt so, I guess. It resonated in me, I guess. Yeah.
So I guess one thing about the artistic element of photography is that composition is, it only has guidelines. Okay? There aren't real rules that you have to follow. So if it looks nice and you take it, I think it'll turn out nice, you know? Yeah. Sometimes, of course, whatever you envision in your mind doesn't translate into the picture. Okay? So the next photo is the one of the building behind us. So it had a lot of repeating patterns.
This was the one that the lights were on the building itself,
and
right?
did you capture the bird that you wanted? No, I can't really see.
Nope.
Maybe. Yeah. So I think these two are quite fairly equal. Mine is a bit overexposed because of the camera. Yeah, but I think it's not, these shots aren't noteworthy. But I think if you talk about the technical aspects, all of it is kind of fulfilled. So we took a portrait of one another. Mine came out a bit blur. So
mine as well.
Yeah.
This would be because of the lighting.
Correct. So we were shooting into the lighting.
Wait, you're laughing at what? You're like, what are you laughing at?
What's this face?
It's just my face, huh? Okay.
He's just happy.
This is quite artistic.
Yeah. So I think when you take portraits, in your case, I think your exposure was better, but I think maybe you could have played with angles to take a better shot of me.
Mine was just a straight.
Yeah, straight on. So sometimes straight on photos aren't very flattering. You know, a lot of us maybe have a better side, or even just taking it from the side makes you look a bit slimming. You know, because my BMI is a bit high.
This is midlife crisis.
Yeah. Then
no, we decided to invite you because of your BMI.
Oh, damn it! 35 and above, right?
Okay, then it was the flower, right?
Yeah, so we took plants actually. I decided to go with the hibiscus. So in this case, there was mixed lighting as well. But I had learned from the previous images, I realized my camera tends to overexpose. So in this case, I didn't use any exposure compensation. And as a result, I think the flower exposed correctly. It's in the center very nicely. But unfortunately, we couldn't find a nicer flower. This was the best of what was available and what was wilting there. Okay? Yeah.
Now mine was, I was trying to focus on the water droplets on it.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work though.
Yeah, so I think maybe you were a bit too close.
Okay.
Or there's a possibility the leaf might have moved with the wind,
Okay.
Yeah. Another thing is, if you want to take a shot like this, I think you need to nail the symmetry. Okay? If you nail the symmetry well, if you look, then I think you will do well. Yours is a bit tilted, you know, so you can't really change that.
Right.
Another thing you could have considered is maybe taking it from a slightly different angle. So you take it more lower.
Okay.
Because now you're taking directly on the leaf.
Yep.
So the water droplets will blend into the leaf. But if you take it from the side, you might see at the background.
You have a glimmer of...
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people, some people record photos, some people make photos. So today we were just recording photos.
Some people record photos, some people make photos.
Yeah. So there's if you record photos, it's like you take a more documentarian aspect to it. You don't change the subject much. You just go and take. It's more like street photography. Whereas when you make photos, it's more like in a studio setting. You have props and all this.
Right.
So in cases where people want to take droplets like this, sometimes they use special fluids to spray the plants.
Right.
You know, like in food photography, just to make the food look more appetizing. So actually, if let's say you wanted to make this photo look nicer, you could use some of those liquids. I think they just mix like glycerol and water or jelly or something like that. Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one way you could have improved it.
Right.
Yeah. Then I think the next shot was I was trying to take a photo of the flag because it's National Day soon.
And I was trying to take a photo of you taking a flag.
Yeah. Inception. But I think you nailed the shot. Okay. My camera still overexposes a bit, but otherwise I think I captured the frame. I was waiting actually for the flag to stop moving. It's not too blurred, so I'm quite happy with it. Yeah. In hindsight, I think this camera I need to whenever I take a photo, I should expose a bit darker. Yeah, but I think that camera there exposes everything perfectly.
So it's a lot of like trying to kind of like building a relationship with the camera itself.
Exactly. So even if you have many cameras, you end up using a few because you're very familiar with them. And you know what are their quirks. These are vintage cameras. Some of them haven't been used in decades. So of course, at the end of the day, you have to figure out, because the light meter might be a bit wonky, the shutter speeds may be a bit off. So as you use it more and more, then you'll get more familiar with the quirks of your individual camera.
Right.
Yeah. But I think, generally speaking, you did pretty well today, okay? No, seriously, yeah. But as I was saying, okay, don't cry so much. Okay? Drama. Next time, don't invite you to my house. Yeah. But next time we can maybe shoot other instant mediums. These are actually just one type of instant film. There's actually peel apart film. I think I was explaining to CJ earlier. Yeah. So maybe we can explore that or other analog mediums if you guys are interested.
So I think any the instant photo enthusiasts out there, if you've got any suggestion, please let us know in the comments below as well. How, sir? Do you have anything you want to comment on our photos?
So the best photo is this one. Yeah, so CJ, well done.
Thank you. Prashana, thank you.
You surpassed the master.
I wouldn't dare say that, but no, again, thank you for having us. Right?
No
It was a number one, it was eye-opening for us to explore your collection inside there. And then you have been really giving a lot of guidance all the way through here. Right. So I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you very much. And again, for all of our viewers, if let's say you enjoyed this, it has really taken a lot of effort. I think more for Prashani's time around, right? Really bring us through the entire process. So if you enjoy yourselves, please drop us a like. Share with us what did you enjoy about it, what did you learn about from this episode, right? And of course, help us to share it out. All right. If not, it will be the next episode of Modern Life Midlifers that we're gonna see everyone.
Okay.
Let's go.